హాయ్ హలో నమస్తే నేను చక్రి. కళ్ళతోనే నవరసాలను అభినయించగల నటి అమలా పాల్. తమిళం, మలయాళం, తెలుగు 3 లాంగ్వేజెస్లో నటనతో తనకంటూ ప్రత్యేక గుర్తింపు తెచ్చుకున్నారు అమలా పాల్. తాజాగా కుడి ఎడమైతే అనే వెబ్ సిరీస్తో మన ముందుకు రాబోతూ ఉన్నారు. సో ఏంటి కుడి ఎడమైతే, ఏం చూపించబోతూ ఉన్నారు అండ్ తన కెరీర్ గురించి ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? లెట్స్ వెల్కమ్ హర్. హాయ్ అమలా.
Hi Chakri.
హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
I'm good. How are you?
ఐమ్ గుడ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఓకే, వైల్ అంటే సెకండ్ వేవ్ లాక్డౌన్ తర్వాత నాకు ఇది డైరెక్ట్ ఫస్ట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ.
Correct. Yeah.
బయటికి రావడం, right?
Okay.
Feeling
For you,
good.
first interview.
Yeah,
Yeah. For
feeling
me
good.
also, first interview since the second wave.
It's good to see you.
Good to see that we all are alive.
Yeah. So first wave, second wave, lockdown, corona, how did it went? ఎలా జరిగింది? How did you feel about it?
Very life changing and very transformative. For me, it was very transformative because see, I've been working for like 12 years apparently. Just now another journalist told me. So this 2020 was the first ever break I got, like in the longest mad run. So I could really just be without any flights to catch, alarms to keep and any schedules, and I could just be, and I enjoyed that being. So for me it was a sacred pause, I like to call it.
సో ఏమైనా కొత్తగా చేంజెస్ వచ్చాయి లాక్డౌన్లో when you're being home?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I was on a mad run, right?
Yeah.
Working back to back, and even though you have let's say a 10 days break, but you know that there is a project happening, so it's never a break for you. You're mentally occupied, and physically you have to be ready. So I never got a break. I worked literally without a break for 10 years. And I started very young, when I was 17.
17 years.
Yeah, so 2020, it was like universe telling us sit at home, all you have to
Take
do
a
is
break.
just sit at home. And I enjoyed it. I mean, for me, it was a great rejuvenation time because I could just be at home, just be by mom's side, and my brother was also there, and I had lost my father also the same year. So it gave me a lot of time for healing and for rejuvenation.
Yeah, వెళ్దాం ఆ ఇష్యూస్కి. ఐ మీన్ హౌ డిడ్ యూ ఫేస్ దాట్ అనేది వెళ్దాం. అండ్ ఐ థాట్ మీరు హిమాలయస్ కూడా వెళ్ళినట్టున్నారు కదా
Recently now. Yeah.
ఫస్ట్ మనం కుడియడం అయితే వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ అంటే టైటిల్ కొంచెం క్యూరియస్ గా ఉంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ అబౌట్, ఏంటి?
It's about see, if I have to just say it in one word, it's about being stuck in a time loop. The same events are repeating, and see, it's very interesting. Maybe in life, not maybe, I believe that life repeats itself. A lot of things are just repeating until you are aware about it. So this movie, these two characters, or my character Durga, she becomes aware of the fact that it's repeating.
పర్మిషన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు షూట్ చేస్తుంటారు. హౌ డు యూ ఫీల్ between corona?
Between corona. When corona was all around.
You don't know who have corona.
Yeah.
That కొంచెం fear ఉంటుంది కదా. How did you feel about it?
Fear? No fear. One thing I consciously chose, consciously I was trying not to, get fear into my system, because I believe that's an energy that attracts a lot of unwanted stuff. So I was excited about the work, and AHA really took a lot of care. There was proper sanitization and proper social distancing, and everybody had mask, and it was not crowded, so they gave the best security and comfort, so that way it was taken care.
Comparatively కొంచెం difficult, normal days suppose.
Yeah, difficult. No, it was actually even better, because otherwise shoot gets very crowded, and I'm not a crowd person actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was easy for me. Even when I did an anthology in Chennai with Gautam Menon and Venkat Prabhu. Even there it was 15 people, and I don't know when was the last time I shot with so few crowd.
Okay.
It's great. It works great for me as an actor also, as a person also. So this is more comfortable for me actually.
సో దీంట్లో పోలీస్ రోల్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. హౌ డిఫరెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్, ప్రీవియస్లీ కూడా మీరు వర్క్ చేశారు యాజ్ ఎ పోలీస్ ఆఫీసర్, పోర్ట్రే చేశారు. సో హౌ డిఫరెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్?
Yeah, previously also I've worked as a, I've acted in a cop's role, but that was very brief. So normally when you play a cop's role, I mean, at least for me, it was just, like you're outdoor, you're, planning, execution, or you're a part of an action scene. But this is like an out and out cop, like the Durga, Circle Inspector, Crime Branch. That's the role, that's the designation, and that's what she is throughout. So the majority of my scenes were in a police station. So I was directly dealing with what police, does on a day-to-day basis. And it was such an eye-opener for me because, there is so much distressing situations that they deal with, like, see, normally we all try to run away from anything that's negative and anything that's like emotionally draining. But like if you look at what a cop does, is their job is being in the middle of chaos, in the middle of distress. Like nobody comes to a station with the good news, right? So for me, Durga was a very organic process because being Amala, when I was in the station, when he started working for this, I was looking around on the set. And you can see all posters with, children being kidnapped and women being kidnapped and then terrorist attacks. So it's like, for me, like first 2-3 days, I'm like, I don't want to look around and read anything. But I would still go and read. That's my curiosity. So I would feel very emotionally draining. But then slowly, when I started becoming Durga, like she's a police, right? That's a job. So she doesn't emotionally get into it. She does it like she looks into it logically, like because she's always looking for solutions, to reach a conclusion. So it was really nice to go through these kind of problems, but still not emotionally attached to it, but logically, being present, being mindful, and trying to find a solution to it. That's first time that I, something that I experienced. So very interesting that way.
సో స్టోరీ నారేట్ చేసినప్పుడు బాగా ఎగ్జైట్ చేసిన ఎలిమెంట్ ఏంటి స్టోరీలో కానీ మీ క్యారెక్టర్లో కానీ?
That she is also an alcoholic. So that intrigued me because a cop who's very passionate, who's in service for like 9 years, and she's an alcoholic, and she's not she's a no nonsense cop. She's not like this, not like that. Very intelligent woman. So if she is an alcoholic, then there is a backstory. There is a whole journey. There is a dark side that she is trying to face or running away from. So that excited me.
And coming to OTT, mainstream nunchi OTT ki రావడం, and what is beauty about OTT? మీ అమలాపాల్ ఏం చెప్తారు OTT గురించి?
Variety of content, yeah, and liberty, freedom of expression for all of us, not just the director, but for the artist. Not just for the artist, but also for the director, the writer. Yeah, that's what excites me.
And it is different from a feature film. So how different it is?
Web series low, there are so much layers to the character. In a movie, there is not that much scope is not there. Not so much layering is there. It starts from A and it has to, reach to B or C. We don't have much space beyond that. But in web series, you can like explore till Z. So there are so many layers, right? So many different characters, and each characters are so layered. So that's the plus point. Even when you act in a web series, you really feel so good, like, as an actor, when you perform, going layer by layer, you can explore a lot of emotions.
Scope ఉంటుంది అక్కడ.
Yeah, scope is a very limited word, I would say. There is limitless possibilities in a web series, yeah.
సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఫీచర్ ఫిల్మ్ చూసినట్లయితే ఓటీటీ ఈ రీసెంట్గా ఓటీటీ అనేది ఫామ్లోకి వస్తుంది. పీపుల్ ఆర్ సేయింగ్ దట్ థియేటర్ అనేది మెయిన్ స్ట్రీమ్ అనేది కొంచెం సైడ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఇట్స్ నౌ అబౌట్ ఓటీటీ, ఫ్యూచర్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ఓటీటీ. వాట్ యు సే అబౌట్ ఇట్?
See, I like to look at it, from a wide angle where, see, when TV came, radio had to take a backstage, like back position, right? So this is like the digital age, you know. Uh, it's evolving. It's getting better. So I think, yeah, right now people have got used to, you know, it's become more convenient because it's a very fast generation also. Everybody are like, all of us are really fast. So this is convenient. I don't think, but theatrical experience is completely
దట్స్
different.
వాట్ ఐమ్ ఇప్పుడు
Yeah,
ఓటీటీలో హీరో హీరోయిజం స్టార్డమ్ అనేది తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని చూసేదానికి యూనో క్రౌడెడ్ పీపుల్ యూనో విజిలింగ్ అండ్
yeah.
ఆ స్టార్డమ్ అనేది మిస్ అవ్వదా ఓటీటీ?
No, but I think it's a good way because see, like right now, if you see, it's a very good balance. See, I know this, like going to watch our favorite heroes movie and whistling. It's a different experience. But didn't we become a bit stereotypical because you could see a face of only that kind of movies? And that, you know, that's where you lose the art of cinema also, right? So OTT has sort of brought it back. It's reminding us about the importance of the art.
More about artists.
Yeah,
not about
and the
stars.
skills and the creativity.
Yes.
You know, so like we have space for those kind of movies also, but we need to have space for this kind of movies because this is where cinema is reinventing itself. So I think it's a beautiful evolution that has happened right now.
12 years journey so far. Telugu, Malayalam, and Tamil. You got your name. ఎక్కడైనా ఏమైనా డిసాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ ఉందా? లైక్ అంటే ఇంకా బెటర్గా ఉండాల్సింది, ఇంకా మంచి పేరు రావాల్సింది కైండ్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్?
Yeah, I was going through a lot of introspections. Take my lessons. So I feel where I could have done better is handling my personal life separately and, you know, my work life separately. See, I've always been a person who I always followed my heart and I did what I believed in. So I didn't hide, you know, myself. I didn't feel there is nothing, you know, wrong about sharing my life. So I think I kind of overshared, which became, you know, which created too much unwanted noise and like I can say a lot of you know, people took my life for granted with all that, like because of my attitude. So yeah, now I'm finding that balance, you know, to keep my life as life and my work as work.
So where did you learn it?
See, when you have like a godfathers or when you have people to sort of guide you, you don't make these kind of mistakes, right? Because you always learn from experiences, and I didn't have anybody. I'm a self-made person. Like I'm this girl from Kerala, Cochin, and you know, like wherever I am today, it's my learning, you know. So yeah, like I said, that's what helped me to learn also. So no regrets, but these are my lessons that I've learned. Because see, what happens is I'm also human, right? When there is so much stuff that is going on about me, which I don't even have a clue about, you get into this position where you feel helpless. And I don't want to see myself again in that position. I want to own my life and I want to take control of my life, work life and personal life. Yeah.
And మీ బిగినింగ్ ఫస్ట్ 2 మూవీస్ కూడా కొంచెం టర్బులెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. నో ద సెకండ్ మూవీ.
Yeah, not just the beginning. Turbulence is always there. Yeah, it has never been a smooth ride.
అంటే లైఫ్ థ్రెట్స్ కూడా వచ్చినట్టున్నాయి మీకు ఫర్ దట్ మూవీ?
No, that is all bullshit. I think it was all just media publicity stuff. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing. No way. It was just publicity stunts.
సో తమిళ్, మలయాళం, తెలుగు, కన్నడలో ఒక మూవీ చేసినట్టున్నారు.
Yeah, heavily.
అంటే కన్నడకి ఎందుకు ఇంత ఎక్స్పోజ్ అవ్వలేదు?
It's a choice.
That's it.
Yeah, like everything has its timing. You know, I had a long break from Telugu also. Now I'm doing back to back. That's what, see, I go where I grow. So wherever I have space to grow, I go there. It's a very flow. It's like a choice, yeah.
కానీ లిమిటెడ్గా చేసినట్టున్నారు కదా మూవీస్?
Like I said, yeah, when I came into the industry, you know, for some years I was working back to back, I got burned out, and then I realized there is no, I didn't come here to just work like you know, like I came here, there are other reasons also, right? Like I'm passionate about what I do. So I started focusing more on my passion and doing good work and giving my best, because see, you give your best, you know, at least you try to, right? But something has to resonate also, you know, there is a lot of elements to it. So I've been like now consciously choosing my projects.
So మీరు
And I like my private space also. I have a, see what I forgot, like I said in 2020, why it was a great transformative year for me is because I realized, you know, there is my life too, you know, which is going in line with this. You kind of get lost in this industry because it's like an illusionary world. It's magic, it's chaos, it's everything, you know. So that is very important, not to get lost. And for me, 2020 is like a rebirth, like reinventing myself. So now I'm extremely like extremely clear about the fact that my life is my priority too. Like it's that my life is my priority.
2019 లో when your father left you, so you went
2020.
20, yeah, sorry for that. మీరు హిమాలయాస్ వెళ్ళడం కొంచెం
Himalayas I went this year only. 2020 I was just at my home. Yeah.
ఆ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ గురించి చెప్పండి, దట్ జర్నీ.
Death is a very intense and strong process. Like before I lost my dad, you know, when I hear about death, I'm like, oh, okay, I feel sorry for you. We hear it, but we don't feel it, you know. Until that point when you lose your loved one, you realize how strong and intense it is. Like I cannot put it into words. It's like I died, you know. It's like a part of you dies and it can never come back. And like, so it took time for me to, I made peace with it, but there is so much, your entire life from your birth comes in front of you, you know, with this person, with my father, the journey that I traveled, and now without him. So there are so many aspects to it, you know, and it's a very powerful time. Yeah, that's all I can say. So whoever is going through it, please go through it consciously, um, experience it, and be with yourself, you know, be through that pain.
Coming back to movies,
Yeah.
acting, what is acting to Amala?
It's like a relief for me, acting, actually, a relief, or like a nice intoxication, you know. Yeah, like I just, for me to get a good high and like a good sleep, that level of happiness, I get it from what I do.
సో ఒక స్టోరీ వింటున్నప్పుడు, ఒక రోల్ గురించి వింటున్నప్పుడు, వాట్ ఎగ్జైట్స్ యూ మోర్? లైక్ అంటే బాగా ఎగ్జైట్ అయ్యి ఓకే ఇది చేయాలి మనం అని అనిపించే పాయింట్స్ ఏంటి?
Like I said in this, you know, when I got the brief, I heard it's a time loop, sci-fi, and you're playing a cop. And then when they told me that she's an alcoholic, that intrigued me. You know, I started thinking about what would have happened in her life, you know. So like when we randomly we are around, or like suppose we are traveling, or you know, like we are at our friend's place, and we meet these characters, you know, who seems to be very unique to us, very strange, very different, and then like we start thinking about them, no, you know, like they kind of get hooked onto your head. So that's how I pick my roles. It's very intuitive. Like I need to feel intrigued, I need to feel curious. I'm not saying it has to be different or bold, or you know, like whatever. I'm not saying that. Like for me, it has to intrigue me. It has to. I need to feel like, okay, I need to chase this person, this soul.
సో మహేష్ భట్ బాలీవుడ్ డెబ్యూ చేస్తున్నట్టున్నారు కదా, అబౌట్ దట్.
Vishesh Films. Yeah, again, a brilliant opportunity. I was a newcomer again, and I was taking these Hindi diction, Hindi coaching classes. It was again live sound, right? And it was a very different process. We had workshops. you know, and again, very artistic way we shot the entire series. So,
సో మహేష్ భట్ అనగానే కొంచెం బోల్డ్గా ఉంటుంది స్టోరీ కానీ క్యారెక్టర్.
yeah, the director is actually Pushpati Bharadwaj, and Mahesh Bhatt is the creator of the series, and he's the producer, Vishesh Films. But it was Pushpati Bharadwaj who directed it.
When you're talking about bold scenes, మీ ఒపీనియన్ ఏంటి? ఎప్పుడైనా చేసినప్పుడు వాట్ మేక్స్ యూ టు డూ ఇట్? ఐ మీన్ ఎందుకు చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది? వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ డెఫినేషన్? అంటే బోల్డ్ సీన్స్ అనగా ఒక నెగిటివ్ ఆస్పెక్ట్లో చూస్తూ ఉంటారు అందరూ.
See, when I take every scene as a scene, you know. For me, I don't distinguish bold or, you know, like sober, or for me, what is the purpose of the scene? Like in Pittakadalu, you know, like there are a lot of, for an example of a bold scene, like there are love-making scenes that I do, you know, with random people. And for me, I thought, what is the purpose of it? And that scene was from the perspective, from the imagination of my husband. And it made sense to me that when a husband imagine his wife that, you know, she's cheating, nobody would imagine like she's playing cards with this man or she's playing chess with this man, right? Their imagination goes wild, and that's what we were trying to portray there. So for me, purpose is important. Yeah, and how much I can be true to that in that moment.
Rapid fire for you.
Okay, today's like the rapid fire day.
యా, నేను ఒక హీరో నేమ్ చెప్తాను. యూ కెన్ వన్ లైన్లో ఆ హీరో.
That's not rapid fire.
That's one word.
Okay.
రామ్ చరణ్.
Ram Charan,
This is not rapid fire. Come on.
it's been such a long time since I worked with Ram Charan. It's not like I'm. Well, Charan, gentleman.
అల్లు అర్జున్.
Allu Arjun is fire.
నాని.
Nani is dedicated actor.
జగపతి బాబు.
Jagapati Babu Garu is a very a sweet soul.
విజయ్ సేతుపతి.
Very good actor.
విజయ్.
Talapati Vijay. He is hero, superhero. Like, yeah, he is superhero.
ధనుష్.
Dhanush, very sincere actor.
అరవింద్ స్వామి.
Arvind Swamy is someone I look up to.
మోహన్ లాల్.
Again, huge respect and somebody I look up to.
మహేష్ భట్.
Mahesh Bhatt, a legend.
నందిని రెడ్డి.
Nandini, Nan.
Smile when I
Yeah.
I got my answer.
Yes, this is Nandini Reddy.
Right.
Nan is an emotion.
సో ఏంటి ఫ్యూచర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఏంటి? అమలాపాల్ మేము ఇంకా ఎలా చూడబోతున్నాం?
Yeah, my maiden production venture.
Into production now.
Yes, I produced. Had the blessings to produce a movie. It's bilingual, Tamil and Telugu. Kadavar. That will be releasing on OTT again very soon. And then my Hindi debut. That's about it.
Around.
Yes, always.
So how is it? Production, acting, parallel చేయడం ఎట్లా?
It's very, very different. Production is very, very different, and I acted also in it, but like production aspects of it is, it's very different experience. Lots of learning experience. In fact, the things that I didn't even know in 10 years of my career, I am learning, and it feels very empowering too, you know.
సో ఫైనల్గా కుడి ఎడమైతే గురించి ఏం చెప్తారు?
Kudi Yedamaithe is going to get you glued onto your seats for sure.
నేను ఎందుకు అడిగానంటే అంటే క్యూరియస్ మూవీస్ అండ్ సైఫై మూవీస్ నెట్ఫ్లిక్స్లో చాలా ఉన్నాయి. ఐ మీన్ ఓటీటీలో మనకి చాలా కనిపిస్తుంది.
Yeah.
హౌ డిఫరెంట్ ఇట్ ఈస్?
This is regional, you know, for the Telugu audience, and like not just the Telugu audience, I think for the entire South audience. It's a very regional one, and this is something that's happening in our, you know, in our lives, and it's very realistic. Like when you watch it, you'll feel like you're watching a movie, but at the same time it has that you know, nice fantasy element, like out of the world experience, you know, like cosmic experience. Because like imagine if your day is getting repeated, if you're doing this interview with me every day and only you know about it, like how would you feel? So if you're someone who believes in all that, like believes in aliens and believes in, you know, like the other world stuff, then you're gonna love it.
I wish you all
Yeah,
the
and
best.
it's very thrilling. It's like very it's gonna get you glued onto your seat. It's not boring at all. So yeah,
So I wish you all the best.
thank you.
For Kudi Yedamaithe and future projects. మళ్ళీ మనం ఒక సక్సెస్ మీట్లో కలుసుకోవాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాం.
Yeah, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Chakri.